Listen up, you two. I do not like the way that video ended last week. This bickering. We're a family, okay? We have to work as a unit. Manny, you're not the only one here, okay? Share your time. It's okay. I still love you. Mandy, my deepest apologies. I am not innocent here either. I've been ignoring you all these videos, and I apologize for that. So can we all agree to get along a bit more? Yes? Yes? Yes, for me too. Okay. Let's sew a sleeve. Step 1, I am patterning out the placket bit, the opening on the side here. I wish I could say I'm doing this all by myself, but truth be told, shout out to Angela Kane for putting together this pattern. Next, I patterned out the cuff myself. Incidentally, got it wrong, stay tuned. And then patterned and cut out a small portion of the sleeve. Now the reason why I'm cutting out 2 of these is because I don't know which way is the right way or the wrong way, but I am only sewing one sleeve. So if I cut one out both ways, I'm guaranteed to have one the right way. Step numero uno. I pressed down a few of these edges, and now I imagine you must be thinking, but Cornelius, you're not watching any tutorials, are you? Are you an expert? Do you know what you're doing? And here's the thing, I pre-watched a second ago, and now I make it look like I know what I'm doing. I am now getting ready to attach the actual placket onto the sleeve. Look at me go, Mom. Look at me go. Trim, 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 true. So apparently now I trim, go right to the edge there, and then another one the other way. This is very similar to what I did a few weeks ago when I made the placket up at the old collar. And then from here, I now turn it the right way. I'm now supposed to press this. I'm sewing this side, which is the underneath part of the placket button up. Ooh, So in true corn form, I have made a boo-boo. You see this fabric here? It was supposed to be caught underneath this stitch here. And that's where I got it wrong. Of course, the only thing to do was to undo my stitch, re-sew it, and then I was back on track. And now, we're doing the top piece. We're doing the top piece where you have the buttonhole on. I now fold this piece over. This all gets very tricky. There's a lot of moving parts here. There we go. Okay, all right. That looks about right. The last step was to sew down the top of the placket, and then I was ready to move on to the next step. And I've mucked it up at the bottom here. What this journey of sewing is teaching me is that it's not so much about how to learn to do things correctly, but about making mistakes and then fixing said mistakes. Once again, I found myself undoing stitches and re-sewing. Chuffed! Well, look at me. And now that the old placket is done, I'm going to go ahead and sew the sleeve closed. Turn that right way round. The ever vital nutrients. Oh, you didn't think I wasn't not gonna have a shake? Didn't you see it there in the last few clips? Yeah, it tastes good again today. I like it. Heavy on the beets, you know? You need that fiber. So I add 1/4 inch on the outside. So I was on to the cuff. Remember earlier how I said I messed it up? Yeah, I had forgotten to add allowance for the overlap. Now I do have my fabric doubled over for 2 sides, and if this were a real cuff, I would be putting some proper interfacing on it to give it a bit more rigidity, but this is more for the test's sake than it is for being an actual cuff. And again, I'm doing this completely on my own. I definitely don't have my laptop over there where I go sneak to in between shots for directions. Yeah, what I figured out on my own there, that I had to put the cuff together backwards. So I pressed everything into place and then stitched it together. And now apparently what I do is I go like this, go like this. Apparently that is supposed to be it. Huh! All right, just push those corners out real nice. Some of the good luck juice. And my needles just come out. Straight up and in. There we go. And tighten that up real nice. Oh, look at that. I rescued the situation. Oh boy, that is not right. That is just come out. Okay. I could have really used some of that aforementioned luck. I kept messing up the final stitch on the cuff. Had to take it apart, sewed it back, made another mistake, had to take it apart again, and then finally it was done. I was on to the buttonhole. Go like this, you'll zigzag, make the stitch real fine, and back up I go. Cut that off. Not bad, huh? The final step was to sew on a button. Go ahead and button that up. Relatively chuffed. On a normal one, I would have put an extra button here so it would sit nicer, but it's a touch snug, so maybe I'll go a little bit bigger. Also, the placket is much too long. Shouldn't be going up to the elbow. All things considered, fairly decently done. Definitely forgot to do one top stitch along the top here, but that's okay. Actually not half bad in there either. Could be nicer though, that's for sure. The edges, of course, on the inside a little bit rough. But overall, I'm gonna give myself a B+ on this one. B+. All right, Mandy, you got the collar that I made last week. Manny, you got the sleeve that I made this week. Can we agree to some family peace now? Can we get along? Can we share? Can we be one happy choiring family? Yeah? Yeah? Order has been restored in this household. We're a family once more. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Mother Russia in my cup, and my glass is fogging up. Oh yeah, hey dog, hey what's up? Oh yeah, hey dog, hey what's up? When the sweaty walls are banging, I don't fuck with family planning. Make it rain, girl, make it rain. 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 Make it rain, rain, make it rain, girl, make it rain.